Yo, my people, your boy is back. It is Thursday. The week has flown, And you know what? The sun has been out majority of the week, You see that? Shining, baby. But yeah, I just want to quickly jump on here and do a little update on how the week's gone since we started running some advertisement on Facebook. If you're new here, I decided I'm going to start running ads on Facebook to focus more, to try to target some of the top of funnel. So some of the customers that might not be aware of this product or their problem, instead of just focusing on Google, but I still have a £20 Google budget running at the same time. So since Monday, I just set up a CBO campaign, just £20 a day, and I had 4 creatives inside the campaign, and essentially Facebook will decide which ad is the strongest and it will allocate spend. So at the moment, one ad is taking majority of the spend. However, drum roll, have I made any sales? Nope, ain't made any sales, people. But I haven't made any sales just on Facebook. I ain't made sales on Google either. That's right, this whole week so far, since Sunday, I ain't made any sales. So I'm like, name it. But I know, well, it's not that I know why, but there's something I changed since Monday. So looking at the only thing I've changed on my product page, and that was price. So what I did on Monday before I started the ads, I put £10 on top of what I was normally selling the product for, right? I thought, you know what? Essentially, that was my target price I wanted to sell for originally. However, increasing it comparison to the lower price that I've been selling with for the past 2 weeks, it's not been converting. So what I've had to do since yesterday is go back to the original price that we started with to see if that makes a difference. And that was yesterday. So I'm going to give it another 2-3 days, so probably the end of the week, to kind of tell if it was just a pricing issue, what stopped the conversions. Because yeah, that's the only thing I changed, right? Of course, at the same time, I shouldn't have changed the price while I was doing the campaign, because essentially now it almost feels like I'm testing 2 things, right? And shouldn't test 2 things at the same time, because instead of testing ads on cold traffic, I'm doing that, of course, to see what ads convert. However, now I've changed with the offer, right? I've dropped the price, so now it's hard to tell if, like, I should have just left the original price and tested creatives, if that makes sense, because then we at least we're doing one test in it. We know, okay, it could have been the creatives or it could have been the offer, right? But now I've changed the offer and I'm trying to find out what ad is gonna generate cold traffic. Does that make sense? So essentially, we've got warm traffic and cold traffic, right? We already said that Google traffic is warm because people are really generally, they either know their problem or they're aware of products and they're just shopping around, or they're on the comparison side of things and they're just maybe focusing on offer. Where cold traffic, like the top of funnel, like Facebook, these are customers you're just catching on the scroll, right? And some of them may not even have any idea that they had this problem, or they weren't aware where the problem was coming from, or they didn't know there was a solution on the market, or they didn't know it was your solution in the market. Do you get it? So it's a very different journey. They're at a very different part of their journey. So it's gonna take more for them to convert comparison to someone on Google that already is aware, right? So this is why when I am testing ads, I need to make sure that, is it a messaging issue or is it a landing page issue, right? Is it the messaging in the ad that's not helping them convert, or when they get on the landing page, is it the landing page, right? And of course, you can check the analytics, basically. For example, like your click-through rate will signal if the ad itself is connecting with the audience on Facebook, because they would only click through onto your landing page if they had some type of interest, right? Or if it was relevant to them, right? And of course, Facebook's algorithm is strong enough to find that audience for you. But again, is your ads compelling enough or direct enough to even get people to click onto your landing page, right? So then there's that side, of course, that's an indicator if your ads are good or not. However, then like I ain't had no ads or carts or any checkouts, right? So then this is now obviously a landing page issue, because when they've gone onto the page, they've either read the copy, there might have not been enough urgency for them, or my messaging may not have been completely aligned with the ad. And this is another thing that's super important in advertisement, is that your messaging on your ads need to be the exact message on your copy. Do you get what I mean? Because if you've now told them, hey, this is your problem, this is the solution, and then they go onto your page and you start talking about loads of other reasons potentially why this could be a problem, you're going to confuse the buyer, and the buyer's like, what? Wait a minute, I just wanted a solution. Because customers, they really like, they want to sort out their problem as simple as possible, you know, straight away. So if you start going on your landing page and your copy is confusing them, then they'll just sign out like, what? Say what? I have to do this and that, and that's the reason, and that's the reason. Whoa, I just wanted a quick solution, baby. Do you feel me? So I'm aware of this. However, I'm gonna see again in the next couple of days, like there's always something to change, there's always something to tweak. And this is the thing about testing that maybe people in e-commerce don't talk about, you know? You get a lot of these e-commerce people talking about, oh, spend £20 a day, £30 a day, turn it off after 2-3 days. It's like, have you really tested your copy, your angle, the persona, the creative, the mechanism? There's so much things you can test, right? Especially if you're thinking long term, right? So like, yeah, so far, like, there's still so much more I need to learn and figure out. But yeah, I just gotta keep going. But at this point, I think I spent maybe £60-70 and no add to carts, no checkout. So I do think it's a landing page issue now, because not even any buying intent as well. So early on, as I said, I'd changed the price, right? So I'm hoping it is just a price issue, and that when I put the price back to what it was originally, it'll start converting. But again, that's not to say that is, because as well, I gotta remember that Facebook traffic is very different from warm Google traffic. It's a very different thing. So I've got to make sure that I'm communicating or adding that value or adding that urgency to a T for customers to really want to convert and buy it there and then, right? So yeah, still got a lot to learn, still got a lot to test. But yeah, that's the update, people. Probably spent 70, maybe 80 quid. Haven't spent a penny. I haven't made a penny, and yeah, haven't made a sale yet. So we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna know by the end of the week as well if like I need to change something in the ads as well, because even though, you know, the CTR might be okay, like Facebook is still charging me a lot right now. I'm not gonna lie, the CPMs are high and the cost per click is pretty high. So most of the time it's either one, the market is really competitive and that's why Facebook is charging you, or two, Facebook doesn't think your ads are good enough to attract your audience, or I don't know. They don't think they're good enough, and they're charging you extra. So it could be a quality issue. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep it for a few more days and see, because yeah, I don't want to rush and make any erratic decisions yet, because it is still very early. But yeah, I'll update you like the end of the week and see what will happen. But hopefully, when I drop the price, things will start selling again. Yeah, that's it, my people. More life, more blessings for you and your family. I hope your week is going so far, and I will catch you in the next one.